Welcome back to Ground and Pound. Craig, I'm a lot better this week.
Yeah, you did the intro.
I did the intro.
Well, I have to say, I did a good intro last week.
You did a damn good job, Craig. But after that video finished, I was all stuffed up.
A big night for the Dubs. Big weekend for all of Ireland, really.
I was at my first ever MMA event. You were at one of your third.
My second after the second UC Dublin.
Yeah.
So Bellator Dublin went down on Saturday night, everybody.
Sick one.
As you all know. It was a great night. Great atmosphere, some great fights, great finishes.
I've never seen that much testosterone in one round in my entire life, Craig.
50% of people wearing D-Tron tops, throwing shapes here, throwing shapes there.
Yeah, it was good. It's good fun though, it's great fun.
Yeah, it was great fun. The beer was flowing, man. The knockouts are coming, the tap outs are coming.
And a great night for the fight in Irish, Craig.
Man, it was indeed.
There was no UFC Adelaide situation there, man. This was back-to-back wins for the Irish boys.
Charlie Ward, man. What a
KO.
fucking knockout, man. Less than a minute, and afterwards he got on the mic with John McCarthy and he said, why the fuck wasn't I on the main card? And he's probably right, in fairness, you know. A lot of fighters on the card, he's probably one of the most well known, especially after the controversial thing with McGregor the last time he fought in Dublin. Richie Smullen,
very dominant performance from Richie himself.
Great performance from him on the ground,
we had another fantastic win for Mr. Miles Price, man.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it was very impressive.
He was billed coming out.
Yeah, the entire crowd
against
him.
The whole arena was against him. He was billed coming out. Everyone sitting around him was calling him a rat, a snake, a cunt, every name under the sun.
I mean, it was crazy. I was actually quietly kind of rooting for Miles during that fight.
I was rooting for Miles. There was actually a lad in front of me that trains Team Rhino as well, and I was chatting to him a bit. We were talking about it. And I was rooting for Miles. Delighted when he won. I thought he did win,
absolutely.
But it was a split decision. And but probably the best thing about that fight was probably Peter Creeley's walkout, Sean.
Yeah, absolutely.
The zombie with the cranberries.
That was very powerful, alright. But
shades of Ashton Daly back to that historic UC Dublin night.
Yeah, most definitely. But listen, Craig, we also had a very dominant performance from one Kiefer Crosby. He's an absolute fucking animal, as he says himself. Round one rear neck choke, showing off his ground game, man. What's that? I enjoyed that thoroughly. Great performance for the animal himself. But speaking of animals,
he credited to his ground game to Lee Hammond, of course.
Yes, he did. He shouted out Lee Hammond there. Very good practitioner of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu here in this country. Fantastic young rising star in that game. But speaking of the animals, Craig, that brings us on to the strap animal himself. Mr. James Gallagher, he was loving that main event. He was loving the whole atmosphere there, obviously coming off that loss to Ricky Banderas, and he wanted to fucking take back his home turf and take back his reputation that he had after everyone was kind of ridiculing him and everyone was putting him out, kind of exiling him in the MMA community. He got a very dominant win back first round.
Solid win against Stephen Graham, Now obviously Graham, not the best fighter in the world, but I mean, what more do you want? You know, he's only 22 years of age. He's coming off his first loss. And he needs a fucking win to boost his confidence.
For the 9,000
people, not that he needs confidence boosting at all now, but exactly for the 9,000 people.
A lot of people crack under that pressure, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially at the age of 22. Like, you know, I couldn't picture either of us walking into a cage this age.
No, thank you, Craig.
This weekend.
Oh my God Almighty! I haven't seen a card this stacked in a long time.
I know it's only the third month of the year, but this is the biggest card of the year.
So far, so good. The MMA gods are being kind to us. No one is dropping out as of right now.
Fight week at the moment. It's now Thursday as we're recording this.
Absolutely.
So everything's going swimmingly at the moment. All we need to do is for everyone to make way tomorrow.
Absolutely, Craig. And well, let's kick it off with the first fight of the preliminary card. There's a lady back in action for the first time since something pretty fucking crazy. If you remember, we were talking about a couple of months ago, a UFC fighter was attempted to be mugged outside of her house in Brazil, and she beat the shit out of the mugger. And that lady is Polyana Viana, and she's in action tomorrow night, Craig.
Yeah, she's taking on Hannah Cyber's very first fight in the night. As you probably remember, we reported about this Ground Pound show, posted on her Instagram. She absolutely wrecked this guy, man. She threw like one punch and one kick
right
got him into a chokehold, and that was game over. And
she said on Ariel Helmani, she kept choking him until he was almost going to pass out, and then let him go, and then going back to choking.
She was like torturing this man for a turn.
A shout out as well, I mentioned Diego Sanchez. He's going to match Don Cerrone now, his 30th UFC fight at this card.
Huge,
which is just insane for that guy. I mean, the amount of damage he's taken over the years, you'd think he would have quit 10 years ago, but there you go.
The Ultimate Fighter won to 2019 now, UFC 236.
And with a damn good chance to take it home against Mickey Gall as well, who's
this is going to be a good scrap, man.
Absolutely.
Like, Mickey Gall trains with a great camp, you know, Eve Edwards, Joe Schilling, the likes.
Yeah.
And he's really come on leaps and bounds, even in the striking. but I think he's going to look to take this to the ground.
Absolutely.
But obviously Diego Sanchez showed off great wrestling against
Yeah.
Craig White in his last fight.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this one goes. I think like this is low key one of the ones that could be fight of the night. Like.
Sonny Walker just fought fucking last weekend. He's back here
He's back again.
I mean, Jesus Christ, man, the man loves a scrap almost as much as Thiago Santos, but he does love a scrap quite a good bit.
But
Sonny Walker.
He's got a big test here, Sean. One of the top light heavyweights in the world, Misha Cirkunov, known as more like mainly a submission killer. Like he's got a lot of wins by submissions.
Zabit, he's back in action again. We haven't seen him since the summer. Zabit, he's taking on Jeremy Stevens, Lil Heathen. It's gonna be some serious scrap there. This is Zabit's finally he's getting his big test that he wants, that everyone wants to see as well, to see if he really is the real deal. Obviously, incredible history to Zabit and his growing up, his upbringing, and everything like that. He's funny. If anyone says there's a natural at MMA, people say that it is Zabit.
Absolutely.
There's not many actual naturals at all of the different ground games and stand up and everything like that. He's a natural. So let's see what goes on with an absolute gatekeeper in Jeremy Stevens, who will be wanting to absolutely make a mark by knocking out this young, especially after that devastating loss to Jose Aldo.
And obviously, if you were watching Ariel Helwani this week, Jeremy Stevens opened up about how he felt after that loss. He even contemplated suicide and stuff.
Absolutely.
I think it's great to see fighters like start talking about mental health
Most
issues and all
definitely,
like
because these are the tough guys, you know. These are the guys
you don't think
you never think they're going to be the ones to come out and speak
through
up.
things like this shit,
So
but they are, man. You know, just want to say, if you need to talk to somebody, talk to them, man.
Absolutely.
Jeremy Stevens can do it, you can do it.
Craig Sean versus Craig, it's 1-1, motherfucker. Okay, let's jump right into a first fight. We have the returning bantamweight Cody Garbrandt after losing his title. He wants to get back in there, man, back amongst the fray, and he's taking on the very friendly Pedro Munoz. It's going to be very interesting scrap.
This is a good fight, I think. Pedro Munoz on the come up, Garbrandt coming off that loss to TJ. So it'll be interesting to see if Cody's head is screwed on right again, and see what he's like now in this fight against Munoz.
Absolutely. So Craig, I'm going to go with Pedro Munoz for this fight. You're going to go Cody Garbrandt.
I'm going to go Cody. I think he's going to knock him out. Next fight in the main card, Sean, is Tony Tornado Tecia Torres. She takes on Zhang Weili, the up-and-coming Chinese fighter. And this is a good fight at strawweight. Tecia Torres has been slowly on the rise for a while now. So, but this is a tough test in Zhang Weili. So who do you think's going to take this, Sean?
Well, just for the sake of competition, Craig, I'm going to go with Tecia Torres.
I'm going to go Zhang Weili, man. I hope she beats that girl's ass.
And now it's on to the debut of Funky Ben Askren, Craig. Moving into the welterweight division, he's thrown in with the Sharks, and that Shark is one ruthless Robbie Lawler. It's going to be one hell of a scrap, Craig. I see it either going a first round KO for Robbie Lawler or a stretched out dominant performance for Mr. Ben Askren. And for the weekend it's in it, I'm so excited. I'm just going to go right in and throw my fucking coin in the pot of ruthless Robbie Lawler first round KO.
I mean, it can definitely happen. Obviously he's the advantage stand up, and Robbie Lawler is no fucking joke, man.
No.
So
great takedown defense.
Yeah, great takedown defense, exactly. So see if Ben didn't get into the ground though, I think that's game over. Go Ben Askren, I think he's gonna get the W.
Cert. Okay, Craig, we're on to the co-main event.
First title fight of the evening.
Oh, it's gonna be a big one as well.
And it's at welterweight.
Well done.
And guess who's gonna be in attendance? Mr. Kobe Covington, the interim champion of the world.
Chaos Covington showed a picture on his private jet, man. He's getting ready to come over here. He's
probably gonna have 10 bitches around him, the belt on one arm, a bitch on the other arm.
Most definitely, Chaos Covington in the house. Craig, we have two very good wrestlers here, but as Tyron Woodley was saying,
it's scary looking motherfuckers.
It's day and night between NCAA Division 2 and Division 1. He said it's day and night. He's beaten so many Division 2.
Kamaro's Division 2,
Division 2, so from everything I've seen, I mean, I love Kamaru Usman. I believe he has great heart, and I think in any other generation he would have a great chance of becoming welterweight champion. But I cannot see him in any sort of a way beating Tyron Woodley at this point in time, and we both agree with that one, don't we?
I think this is going to have shades of the Darren Till fight. I think a lot of people thought Darren Till has what it takes to beat Woodley. He's got the Muay Thai, he's got the pressure. And what happened? He got dropped and got choked out.
Yeah, exactly.
I think something similar is going to happen here. A lot of people just doubt Tyron Woodley, and I think he's gonna knock Kamaru Usman out in this fight. I think Usman's gonna try bring that pressure, and then he's gonna realise why people don't try and bring that pressure to Tyron Woodley, because they get knocked the fuck out, and I think that's what's gonna happen.
Most definitely, absolutely. But a very likeable character in all of them embedded videos. I'm liking Kamaru Usman this week. He's very family man.
He's a very good. He's a great family man. He's bringing his daughter to the fights for the very first time.
Absolutely.
So
But as Tyron was saying, if that camp of his boys from Black Cillians are giving him the hope that he is going to be winning, and that belief that he's going to be winning at the weekend, and they're sadly mistaken, they're telling him wrong shit, you know.
Tyron Woodley's one of the best welterweights of all time, man.
Most definitely.
I don't see him contesting, to be honest, but we'll see.
And speaking of one of the greatest of all time, Craig, we are now on to the final where Anthony Smith, man, he's in action. I can't
Lionheart, man.
Lionheart, no joke. I'm seriously looking forward to this scrap. I love Anthony Lionheart Smith. Absolutely.
I feel like this fight is going around so fast, man.
Yeah,
like John only fought at the end of December, and then literally almost right away it was announced.
4 times in 2019 as well. So.
I absolutely love that. Like it's been so long, man. Like the era of Silva, and when Silva, GSP, and Johns were at their height, that was the era when champions just defend their belt and defended it against competition after competition. Like divisions have been held up so much over the last few years, from champ fights, injuries, interim belts. So it's great seeing John back, man. He's just like, look, give me the next challenger. And like, even though Anthony Smith doesn't have the biggest name to him, like most casuals aren't gonna know who the hell he is. John Jones doesn't care. He just wants to fight the best at 205 and defend his crown against him.
Anthony Smith came out this week, Craig, and he said there's not a world that exists in which John Jones can beat me at jiu-jitsu. So
interesting.
There you go. If the fight goes to the ground, let's see what happens there.
And he also said John is a better martial artist, but I am a better fighter.
Yes.
Then John replied saying, "That's the stupidest thing I've ever
heard." He's just full of those Rocky conundrums and shit, isn't it? No. But listen, we're looking forward to it. I hope he goes out there and shows some Lionheart. Craig, you've got Anthony Lionheart Smith in this fight.
I'm gonna go with Smith. Like I think.
It's okay, for the sake of competition, Craig is going to go with Anthony
I'm going to go Anthony
and I'm going to go with John Jones, because we have to change it up a bit, or else John versus Craig would be very stupid.
Now I think John Jones is going to win, man, but you know, a bit of doubt was creeping in, just like when Dillashaw fought Cejudo. I thought Dillashaw was going to win, but I went to Cejudo because I think he has fucking every chance of winning that fight, and he won the fight. And I think Smith here, Smith brings some different things to the table. I think he's got power, and I don't think he's afraid. He's not afraid to take a punch and get into a fight, man.
Definitely not.
So as he said, he like to win this fight, he's got to bring the fight to John. And I think he's going to bring the fight to John.
Yeah, well, I just can't see past John Jones. I think he's the greatest martial artist of all time. But there you go, Craig. That completes Sean versus Craig. That completes our predictions for UFC 235, and that
completes me with being 2-1 up next week.
No, this week's video. So thank you so much for joining us. You can follow him at Gareth_Sweeney on Instagram, at O'Haragram, at Donald Sean Carey, at Ground and Pound Show. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic weekend, a beautiful evening, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.